to speak about the things that you think you fear.
Ooh.
Be encouraged to set those things out. I think a lot of times we withhold that because we think that it makes us weak.
Mm-hmm.
Put that out there. Once you say it, you realize that it's this small compared to
Yeah.
how big God is. So
Ooh.
put put that out there. And once you put that out there, like you just release that and let it be gone. Okay? Let it be
Hey,
gone.
y'all, and welcome to Let's Talk Sis. I'm Shekinah, your host, and as we spend time together, I can promise you three things. I'll be honest, I'll make you laugh, and I won't hold back. Let's Talk Sis is your essential girl talk destination where you'll hear about life from the perspective of a black woman in America, as our stories often go untold. I can assure you, while honest, we are a community for growth and love. Remember to like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Now sit back, relax, and let's talk, sis. Hello, hello, beautiful
Okay.
people. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of the Ultimate Girl Talk Destination, your favorite podcast, the hottest thing on the block. Let's talk, sis. We are back with another week. And y'all, I'm so excited you're here. I'm so excited you're listening. And I have a wonderful guest in the building. I've known her, I'm gonna just say all my life because I don't know. So all my life, her name is Miss Jade Bolden. Hey girl.
Hey sis, how are you?
I'm good. How are
It's good.
you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course, of course. I'm excited. I know we're gonna get into some good girl talk anytime Jade is around, honey. It's always a key. So I'm here for it all. Are you excited? Are you nervous? How are you feeling? Are you
You know
interested?
what? I get nervous at times, but then I realize I already talk enough. I talk too much. So this is perfect.
This
Like
is exactly where you need to be.
let's talk. Yeah. Let's
Yes.
talk sis.
You see what I did there? Yes, you're here for it. I love that. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know how we kick off the show. We're going to start with our first segment. It's called Show Off, Sis. Show off, sis. This is my opportunity to show the audience exactly who we got in the building, read some of her accolades, so you just kind of know the caliber of women that we are speaking with today, okay? So, Miss Jade Bolden is a dynamic marketing strategist, community activator, and champion for holistic wellness. As a marketing and promotions specialist for the city of Battle Creek, she drives impactful campaigns, elevates brand visibility, and curate spaces for brand innovation. Beyond her career, Jade serves as a board member for SAFE Place, the art and cultural collective of Battle Creek, and Washington Heights United Methodist Church Hub of Hope, ensuring resources and opportunities reach those who need them most. In 2024, Jade launched Seaux Sundays as a brand dedicated to redefining Sundays as a time for self-care and renewal. With a BBA from Western Michigan University and an international experience from Universidad Iberoamericana. I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Jade's expertise spans marketing, event planning, financial strategy, and leadership. A visionary, a trailblazer, and she is shaping the future with impact, authenticity, and purpose. Hey, Jade!
Hey, wow.
Ooh. How you doing?
How you doing?
How does it feel when you hear your bio?
Oh my gosh. I'm like, who is that? And who is doing all that?
You girl,
'Cause she
apparently.
crazy. Whoever's doing that is crazy. She's nuts.
Well, does it feel like, okay, I'm right where I'm supposed to be? I got more stuff to do, or you don't really even think about that? You just keep your head
You
down,
know
keep.
what? It always feels like I have so much more to do. Like
Yeah.
as fulfilled I am at doing what I've been doing,
Uh
I
huh.
still am like, let's do some more. Like
Let's keep
there's
going.
so much more to be done.
Do you have?
So
Are you one of those people who has like a 5-year plan?
Yes, 5-year plan, and then it gets to 10, and I'm like, "Hold on, I ain't
Mhm.
Jesus. I
Okay.
don't know." But, I speak over my life, and I know the things that I pray for. So
Yeah.
I know where I wanna be, but
Yeah.
the steps in between, all what's gonna happen,
Mhm.
you throw out what you hope to happen, what you wish to happen, but that work has to get put in,
Okay. And he
and
gonna
then
handle the rest. Amen.
listen, we'll handle the rest. Yes,
Well, I love that. Well, I can't wait to have you back in 5 years, and we'll see where you are.
period.
All right, y'all. So before we get into too much talking, let's set the mood for a good conversation. It is time for Let's Talk Scent. This is where we talk about the scents that are responsible for our conversation because, as you guys know, aromas and scents around us are very impactful on just our cognitive function, our mood, our stress level, all the good things. So, Jade, what you got going over there, friend?
Ooh, I have a White Barn vanilla suede.
Ooh.
I actually was gifted this, and it's crazy because it's a soy. This is a soy wax blend, okay?
Okay.
That whole
Okay.
thing. Um, I was gifted this, and I was like, "Oh, this is so me." And
Yeah.
I only burn it like here and there because I don't want it to go away. But
Okay.
just to give you guys because I love smelling things and just
Yeah, what are the
burning.
notes? Tell us.
So in here, and I'm just gonna. I wonder, does it have
Sometimes they
resin
don't
pieces?
have them.
Some of them don't have them, but it's
Mhm.
mainly so it says vanilla suede, so it is smooth, like suede if you imagine. Very
Okay.
vanilla-y. Um, when I smell it, I literally wanna do self-care.
Yeah.
I literally want to take time and mellow out, be here in my apartment, like, feet up, playing my vinyls. I got vinyls
Come on,
next to
vinyls.
me.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah, like, I'm
That's
not
going on my list of
rest in
things to
peace.
buy.
Rest in peace to Roy Ayers. I had to as soon as he passed away, I went to the
Yeah.
record store down the street and just bought up.
Wow. Real life record store. You are so cool.
Am I?
Yes.
Or am I old? Am I becoming an old lady? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, also I am too, so maybe I don't, game ain't recognize the game, right? We like,
I
oh
don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's happening. And the whole
Oh,
time it's like, girl, they don't say that no more. Um,
girl.
so vanilla is actually one of the most popular scents worldwide. It's often known for invoking feelings of nostalgia and warmth. So you and these vinyls is perfectly aligned
Right.
with that concept. So it makes sense. I also have a soy blended candle that I was gifted. It's called Life of the Party. You guys have actually seen this one before, but it's so yummy. It's getting a little tainty bit warmer, so it's getting me in the mood for summer. It has physical and tropical notes for just the right amount of fun. So
Like that.
it's
'Cause
definitely
you
a
like
thing.
to party.
Hey, hey, hey. Yes, I do. I do. All right, friends. So before we get to the hard stuff, I'm going to ask you just a little icebreaker question. It's just
Okay.
something light and fun, just so the girls can get to know you in a more personable sense. You ready?
Okay.
It's nothing too crazy. I
Okay.
want to know, is a crumble cookie overrated? Or do they get what they deserve in terms of the hype?
So I'm one of those people, like, I do like a good mushy cookie. That's just me.
Mhm, mhm,
But
mhm,
I will
mhm.
say it's overrated. When I drive by and see them people standing outside the door,
Yeah, there are people who go every
y'all
week.
doing a lot because y'all Meemaws probably make way better cookies, or maybe she don't. But I feel like you can get better cookies from somebody else.
Yeah. I
So
definitely think I agree. I
yeah,
agree.
like it's just not all that. So like whoever started the business, kudos, kudos to you. You're making so much money, but
Thank
they're nasty.
you know, but they're nasty. You know what the thing is? They just had a really large marketing budget. I'm convinced that's the only
And
what
that'll
sets you
take you far.
apart, what takes you different from the competition. We have bread, and I don't mean sliced bread. I mean dough. And I don't mean cookie dough.
Okay.
I'm dead. I'm sorry.
Well, a good marketing budget will take you far, and then on top of that, like all publicity
It
is good publicity. So
Yep.
all like the negative videos on TikTok of, and it definitely was all the black people on
No,
there, being like, "Oh, this nasty. Y'all are making
spitting them
people
out.
go try this." Like,
Yes, and even before that, I remember when Crumble came out, the whole thing was going to try them to see, well,
yeah,
what is the hype?
yeah,
Well, is it good? Is it are people playing? I know they paid probably the first 20-25 influencers to say they really
I'm
did.
sure. But also,
And
I love their model of is it a new cookie every
yeah,
week?
a new
That
menu every week, but they have a
yeah.
chocolate chip and like a sugar cookie
Yeah,
mainstay or
that's the
something.
same. I love that model,
Mhm.
and that's what's gonna have them have longevity,
Correct.
maybe.
Correct.
But
That's
that
the only thing
model,
keeping them in the game, honestly.
yeah, absolutely. So I think that was like genius on their part. So
Yes, I totally, totally, totally agree. All right, girl. Well, that's all I have. So now we're gonna get into it. Let's talk, sis. Are you ready?
let's talk.
Okay, so as I mentioned in your bio, you started Seaux Sundays in 2024. So you described Seaux Sundays as a means to a beginning. That's a twist on a phrase we hear all the time. So can
Yeah.
you expand on what that means for you and anybody attending your events?
Absolutely. So the whole basis of Soul Sundays was taking back your Sunday, right?
Mhm.
And even though I've had a few events now that like definitely weren't on Sundays, but the whole means is taking back that starter of the week. I think we think, okay, Monday comes around. Oh, it's the start of the week. No, babe, your week
Yeah.
started yesterday.
Okay.
And that actually sets the tone for the rest of the 6 days ahead.
Mhm.
So I really wanted to like hone in on like what that means. And it doesn't have to be like extravagant, whatever you do, but have it be meaningful. And that's why I say it's a means to a beginning. Like there
Mhm.
is no limit. Like it literally can be what you make it.
Yeah.
So that's what that means.
I love that. That's so awesome. And yeah, it is a commonly missed opportunity, if
Mhm.
you will, to set ourselves up for success. I think as we get older, we're, well, you before me are 30, but I'll be 30.
Don't do that.
I'm I'm coming into my 30s this year.
Oh,
And so, but I'm saying that to say, I think in our 20s, we are living life and we're having fun as we're supposed to. We're going here, ripping and running and
yeah.
just moving, right? And trying to figure things out. And then often in that, the weekend becomes those two little days that we have to pour back into ourselves. And a lot of times it's turning up or it's going and doing and being and this and that. And not to say that there's absolutely anything wrong with that. It's your
Right.
weekend, do what you want. But I think we would be remiss to skip over the fact that we have that Sunday, like you're saying, it's an opportunity to just reset, refresh on a clean slate,
Absolutely.
and get ourselves prepared for the like you said, the next 6 days and make
Absolutely.
those count for real
Yeah.
in what we're doing for the week.
Yeah, because you really, when you think about it, Sunday wouldn't even count. You really have Saturday to
Correct.
yourself after the week. That's your day. And most
Mhm,
people like are trying to catch up or they don't catch up. And then you just
mhm,
back into that cycle of week by
mhm,
week.
mhm.
And whoo, child, it gets
Yeah.
tiring.
And so I imagine, that was probably a mindset shift for you that you had to come into realizing that
Yeah.
and just part of, your growth. So how has building this brand and your brand personally helped you as an individual, help you grow or see things differently as an individual?
Yeah. Um, it definitely had me reflect on my behaviors and my patterns and
Mhm.
routines. Like I noticed that as I got older, routines started to slip. Wasn't no routine. We was
Yes.
just going day to day.
Say
Like things
that.
are happening and we're just existing.
Say it,
Um,
girl.
and it just was like, oh my God, like let me take back what's mine. Like
Mhm.
this is my
Mhm.
it's my life and I can set the tone for how it needs to be. So
Yeah.
it literally like gave me a chance to like plan for Sundays.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing an event, then I know that I wanna plan for a Sunday, and
Mm,
sometimes I'm not saying every Sunday you have to plan,
mm.
but even when I don't plan, like, there's something I'm doing on a Sunday that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
It
And
makes me feel refreshed, you know?
yeah. Yeah. And I think there's something to this intentionality that you're speaking around, and like how you're spending your days and what you're doing with your days. Are you a housewife, girly?
Okay, I be missing it. My life's hectic, so I don't be watching as much TV as y'all.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. Well, it's irrelevant. Basically, one of the Real Housewives, Bows, she's on Beverly Hills. She was basically kind of saying in one of her talks she was doing that a lot of people say the phrase "seize the day," carpe diem, as seize the
Yeah,
day. And when you say it in that term, you think of this um violent kind of running through the day and just
yeah.
plowing ahead, like you said, just wheels turning. But she said, the actual translation is plucking, and it like pluck the day, meaning an
Oh,
intentional choosing.
I like
And it's a much different way of looking at it, because
yeah,
when you're intentionally choosing this day to rest, I'm intentionally choosing this day
yeah,
to reset. And in order to do that, I have to look at my patterns, look at my behaviors, look at how I'm actually showing up and how I'm actually planning. So I love that becomes intentional, because we just be ripping and running and doing things and don't even know how we got here. And then there's still so much that we want to do, or are excited to
yeah,
maybe hopefully do, but we don't have time, we don't have the energy, but we weren't intentionally plucking our days
yeah.
to align things with what we want. So
I like that. She needs T-shirts. I would love a shirt that says "Fuck today." Yeah.
yeah, she actually is a marketing exec, so I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't have some
Right. Oh,
herself. So let me ask you, so we're talking about getting older and wiser, and just being more confident in who we are and our patterns and things like that. And a lot of times, at least I know for me, imposter syndrome has shown up, especially right now for me in this season, just because it's a new season for me. I'm not Everything's changed essentially. And so you can lose a lot of confidence, right? And you can forget what you bring to the table. So how do you kind of deal with, or do you have moments where you experience imposter syndrome, and how do you kind of overcome that?
oh my gosh. I had to overcome that with Seaux
Hmm.
Sundays.
Hmm.
That was doing something that, yeah, I knew I could do, but I was scared to do. I was scared to just take that leap. And I think once I did that, I realized you have the power, like the power is in my hand.
Yeah.
Like I can make shit go. You
Okay.
know, like I literally
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we limit ourselves to what we can do because either we don't know anyone close enough to do it or no one's really doing it, or and I think
Yeah.
that's there's it's bittersweet because
Hmm.
when you like being able to have So Sunday as a brand and do this and it's new and it's fresh to people, it feels as if like I was born to be doing it because it's flowing
Hmm.
naturally.
It just
It's flowing,
comes to
and
you.
God has allowed
Yeah.
me to flow in it naturally and come up with the ideas and have the connections. Like every moment up until now in my life led me to be doing what I'm doing. Every
Yes.
moment. So
Yes.
like I had to literally look at that and say, okay, like then I don't know where I read it at, but it was just saying that imposter syndrome is literally just fear. And I'm like, I'm not fearful.
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
not
Right.
me. Like, I'm not even that type of girl to be scared of
Hmm.
something, you know?
Hmm.
And that's how I approach every day. Like anything
Yeah.
that I thought I was scared of, I want to try it. Like
Yeah.
I remember studying abroad and
I'm gonna do it.
they went snorkeling and I was scared. I was so scared at first, but I said I'm gonna do it anyway. And I remember jumping out in that water, honey. I might
Yeah.
have had two life vests on, but I jumped out in the water
But was in the water.
and I did it. And that's how I
Yeah.
approach everything because I'm not about to
Mhm.
like leave this earth having
Yeah.
I just that's like the R word, regrets. I don't
Yeah.
want those. I know so many people, and maybe you can attest to this too. Like they're our age, and like they're always reflecting on high school, or always
Mhm.
reflecting on like just younger days, and it's just like
Yeah.
create something now. Like, you have so
Do.
much more life to live. Like, let's not just reflect
Mhm.
on the past. Like, let's
Mhm.
that's there, but like
Yeah.
make something out of right now.
Yeah, and it's so funny that you say that because I was actually just having this conversation with someone the other day about, I feel like now I'm in a season where I'm genuinely thinking of what is that life I want to create, but
Yeah.
I'm getting more granular. It's
Yeah.
always been marriage, kids, nice house, right? Be able to vacation
Absolutely.
and do the things, right? Having the things. But what does it look like on a more specific day to day in a
Yeah.
small way? Kind of a thing, whether it's the simple thing of doing the skincare routine or resetting on every single Sunday, doing
Yeah.
keeping up with my damn laundry, just those those little things,
Talk about oh,
right? That just kind of bring you joy on a more intimate level and a more intimate space. So, speaking of bringing you joy, how did you find time or space to intentionally bring joy and do things that do bring you joy?
um I honestly I kind of like woke up one day. I don't know if like the Lord put this in my spirit, like as I slept or not, but it was just like,
Probably.
go back to the things that made you happy as a kid.
Yes.
Like, I can recall so many things just being of interest to me as a kid and
Mhm.
me wanting to try them and me
Yeah.
wanting to always learn and just have fun and playing video games.
Hmm.
I'm literally on a like, I actually intend to buy a Nintendo Switch so that I can start back playing games
Yeah.
because
Love
that
that.
actually, like, made me happy as a kid. Like,
Yes.
who cares about
Yes.
all the handheld game systems, PSP, all
All
that,
the
and
things.
one day it just, like, stopped, and then I'm like, "You're an adult," or "You have to, like, mature," and it was
Yeah.
like, "No,
Hmm.
no, no,
Hmm.
sweetie, like, you can still be an adult,
Yes.
but still enjoy those things you enjoyed as a kid," and so, like,
Yeah.
I've always loved music. I've
Hmm.
always loved nature. Um, I've always loved bringing people together
Yeah.
or being
Yep.
around people and family.
Hmm.
That brings me so much joy, so I think
Indeed.
that's a huge part of Seaux Sundays. I was like, "I just wanna gather people. I wanna see people
Yes.
smiling,
Period.
happy, whatever, refreshed." Like, that
Mhm.
makes me feel alive, and I think I get that from my grandpa, rest in peace. He
Mhm.
was very much like,
Mr.
"Let's
Host.
come together, let's cook for I'm gonna
Mhm.
cook for you guys, I'm gonna do this," and even the
Yeah.
year before he passed, he was so adamant about bringing us all together,
Mhm.
like his friends and family,
Mhm.
to eat, and
Yeah.
I think that was, like, his last supper, like, he literally just he knew to all come together so that we could just enjoy each other and love on each other, and
Mhm.
that's important.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
I think and then even just carrying on his legacy, just doing what I do is, like,
Yeah.
I'm very, very adamant about that. So,
Rest in peace, Grandpa. We
yeah,
love him.
thank
And I think it's something so important about what you said about going back to childhood because I had a clarity call, with the Ingrid. She was on our podcast a couple weeks ago, and that's kind of one of the things I did. In her framework, she asked me like, "Where do you want to be in 10 years, personally, professionally, financially, etc." And I'm just thinking, I've always loved being on a mic, like hosting,
you.
giving a keynote, speaking, teaching a class. Like, I literally remember as a kid that's all I would be doing. And as a kid, I'm being silly. I'm singing songs. I'm doing the Tina Turner, I'm Whitney Houston, tying the daggone sheets on my hands so I can have me a little cape. Like, that's me. I was that girl. I was the youngest child. I was the only girl. I'm playing by
Y'all, she
myself.
not lying.
Not
Y'all, I'm
lying.
telling you right now, she's not
I'm
lying,
not
okay?
exaggerating by
I'll go over that house and I'll be like, "Shekinah's not here to play."
any stretch of the imagination. Like, that's what I would be doing. And so, once I graduated school, it was just kind of like working to pay bills, right? And now I'm in a space of what do you actually enjoy, right? Like, what are you passionate about? So taking a public speaking class. I'm starting to invest more into, doing keynotes, like I said, hosting all the things that I actually enjoy and intention to make a life out of, and build a brand similar to, what you're doing with Seaux Sunday. So
I
thanks for
love
being an inspiration, girl.
that.
Okay, so you received the Make BC More Awesome grant. What impact did that have on your business and your confidence, really, and creativity and all the things? Like, how did that really impact you?
Oh my goodness. So I applied for it, and um, Jeremy Andrews, he is the CEO of Penetrator Events. They
Okay.
actually started that grant. And I just was like, okay, apply for it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And then I got it.
Amen.
And it was $3,000. And I said, okay,
Love that.
well, I need me a website. I also need to register my business.
Mhm.
I also need to plan my big event for the summer. We got to stretch these dollars. We got to make it work. And that's
Yeah,
exactly what I did. I was very intentional about
I
that.
believe it. I believe it for you.
And everything came together. My coworker, he does technical things in our office, but he actually has a business on the outside, and he
Mhm.
made my website for me. I paid him,
Love
and
that.
everything was just like. And I always tell people like when God allows for things to like flow, it's supposed to be happening. If you're running into
It's
roadblock,
so good, Jade.
eh, like it may not be what you're
Stop.
supposed to do. Stop. Like don't force it.
Just stop. It's so crazy. The thing when you realize that when it's God ordained, when it's God orchestrated, when He's the one moving the piece, it's so easy. And it's not a you can just lay on your back kind of thing,
Yeah.
but I say to my coworkers, yeah, man, I'm really looking for somebody to do my website. Next thing you know, your freaking coworker that you've been working with for the past 5 years does websites. Like, what the heck? I didn't even know, my
Listen.
boy, that you've been out here, and it's like boom, just like
Yeah.
that. Or you go to sleep thinking, dang, I really need $3,000, and you wake up and you get a grant. It's
You
stuff
know,
like that is just
and down to the last penny, I was able to do everything I needed to do.
period.
Everything I needed to do. And I still have all those things. So when I have that event again this summer, which it was the everybody's family reunion, and we'll
Yes.
talk about that later. But it set the tone. So now I'm like geared in. I'm like, can't nothing stop me. I know how to do what I gotta do. Like
Yeah.
we're there. It's on and
Yeah.
popping.
So walk me through a South Sunday. Like, what does it look like? What are people doing? What's all the goings on? What's happening?
Ooh. It definitely depends because they
Okay.
all change. They're never the same for the most part.
Okay.
I know for the first one, we had a soul healed
Okay.
event, and it was with sound healing.
Mm,
Kara Markovich, she was able to offer up her services to me. I met her through Jeremy Andrews,
yes.
and she did an amazing job. I think I want to say we had about 25 ladies in class.
Nice.
We had a ball. I mean, we were at the event space at Plumeria, a botanical boutique in
Hmm.
Battle Creek. Um, and it was just so serene and quiet. I mean, you really got to just hone in. Like that was my
Yes.
first like really peaceful event, whatever. And I think everyone thought after that I was gonna keep just doing that. And I was like,
Uh. Right. You gotta keep them on your toes.
you got it. you know. But although I do want to bring it back, but just at a different
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I did that, and then it took a while for me to figure out exactly what I wanted to do next, but I knew it had to be surrounded by community. It had to be
Right.
about community. So that's when I came up with the Everybody's Family Reunion.
Love that.
And that simply came from my love of being around my family. My family had family
Yeah.
reunions every 2 years.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's
Dope.
that's what I was used to
That's
growing up.
very unique. Yeah.
We had shirts, all that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
put all of what I knew about a family reunion into my event.
Oh, that's so
And
dope. I love
we,
that.
we had vendors, we had food trucks. Your brother, he popped
Yes.
up with his food truck. Shout out to Pops.
Amen. 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 Amen.
I mean, I bought games for the kids. I did buy water guns and things like that. It was really windy and cold that day, so we didn't get to do it, but
Yeah.
next year we will. But, some people pulled up in their old school cars, and that's exactly it was
Oh,
giving. It was giving family.
everything. Yeah.
And we had a DJ, it was line dancing, hustling, all that. So
Hmm.
that was my second event. My third event actually was this year, and that was surrounded by like my love for Valentine's Day. I
Okay.
love Valentine's Day. Like as a
Yes.
kid, my dad would get me a beanie baby and flowers sent to school every
Yep.
Valentine's Day.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that
That
never
is for
comes in.
okay. Daddy's girls. I already know. I already my first forever Valentine's. Love you
Okay,
guys.
so like I love Valentine's Day, and so I was like, I want to capture that love and that essence, and not just
Yeah.
the love of a couple. I
Hmm.
wanna do self-love, and I
Yeah.
wanna do friendship love. There's all
Hmm.
different
All
kinds of
different
love.
kinds.
I wanna
Yeah.
do sibling love, and so I was able to have people come out. Some people drove from Detroit, bought tickets and came,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
we had it, at Twine Urban, Winery. It was amazing, and we did, like, the old school pictures with the backdrop. I
Mhm.
got the me and, Deja Excel, she
Yeah.
took the photos, but we got the backdrop made. That was, like, custom airbrush, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, all
Yeah.
that, and people
Beautiful.
loved it, and even people who missed it, because I love that my events give this feeling of FOMO. Like,
Yes. That's
people
exactly
don't
what
wanna
you
miss out on
want.
the next thing, and I love that.
Yes. Yes.
I wanna keep, like, saying, "Okay, how can I make it even better? How can I make you really wanna
Hmm.
be there next time?"
Yeah.
And so even right
I
now,
want to go.
you got to come down.
I do. I'm missing out.
Yes.
Uh,
But
Sickening.
so I'll be in the works of planning everybody's family reunion again.
Yeah.
But in the midst of that, I want to have something else. And I'm still planning that. So I don't have all the details, but I know I want it to happen sometime in May.
Okay.
So please be on the lookout. I know I'll let y'all know. But
Yes.
yeah, just trying to do something for the people.
Okay, awesome. Well, I love that. And I'm so certain that the people appreciate Seaux
Period.
Sundays. So it's amazing, anytime that you can do something positive in your community. And,
Yeah.
we're from a very small city. We didn't have anything like this grown when I was growing up. Well, we wouldn't know because we was young whippersnappers, so maybe for our age group, but I it sounds like what you're doing is also very
Yeah.
community based and
Uh-huh.
family based. So I think, that'll have an impact on families regardless, just having this space and opportunity to express and be free and have fun and engage with members of the community. So I love that.
Yes.
So, Miss J, before we wrap up, every week I like to ask my guests to just challenge the audience with a conversation challenge, something that they want to challenge our audience to speak about within their communities, just kind of an effort to spark conversation. It's powerful just sharing stories and experiences. So, what do you want to challenge them to speak about based on kind of some of the things we talked about today?
Oh, be encouraged to speak about the things that you think you fear.
Ooh.
Be encouraged to set those things out. I think a lot of times we withhold that because they think that it makes us weak.
Mm-hmm.
Put that out there. Once you say it, you realize that it's this small compared to
Yeah.
how big God is. So
Ooh.
put put that out there. And once you put that out there, like you just release that and let it be gone. Okay? Let it be gone.
I absolutely love that. I love that. That reminds me of my God jar that I have, and that's literally the concept. It's a mason jar.
Yeah.
I take a sticky note, I write down,
I like that.
put it in the jar, and
I'm gonna
it's
steal
gone.
that.
It's gone. I give it to God,
I get
It's
that.
just that. But I think too, sometimes saying the things out loud, like you're
Yeah.
saying, it's powerful. And if you really bad, talk about it with your people. Talk about it with, if you're in a relationship, your friend, your mom, your dad, whomever you feel safe with,
Yeah.
because they may be having that same fear or have some experience or something, a
Absolutely.
little anecdote that they could offer you. So I love that. Thank you, ma'am. Uh,
Absolutely.
is there anything else you want to share? Any projects you're working on, stuff you got coming up that you want to let the people know about before we go?
Oh gosh. So Let's see. Yeah, the next Seaux Sundays event will be in May. I'll definitely be posting more about that. Um, let's see. I'll do a shameless job plug situation. So I work for the Small Business Development Office for the city of Battle Creek. We have the Big Cheese Festival coming up April 19th. That is a mac and cheese fest. So if you
Come
love
on,
mac,
cheese.
you love cheese,
Yes.
come out. It's going to be great. It's going to be at Kellogg from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there.
Awesome. Go to the big cheese. Yeah. Say, give me a plate, y'all, whoever shows up. All
Okay.
right. Well, thank you. Thank you, love. I appreciate your
Thank
time. I
you.
had such a good time with you today. And y'all, thank you for listening. I mean, if you didn't enjoy the conversation, you probably weren't listening. There's maybe something clogging your ears because this was a time we had a kiki. Okay. And just remember, be authentic, make space for the things that you enjoy. And it's okay to change and pivot and do something different and build a life around the things that you love. So, thank y'all for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, and share the podcast with somebody else. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye bye.